welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and we're here today with another Orphan block episode. Now this one's going to be called String Rectangles, and basically we're going to be sewing our string blocks onto a rectangle, but by using right slants and left slants we're going to end up making elongated diamonds, and I'll show you how to do that in the sewing section. But first I want to talk to you about Anna from Quilt Roadies. I've been following her for a very long time and her stuff is just amazing. It's very calming, and she's just somebody who sits and chats and makes you feel at home. You feel like, wow, I could just, sit and get a cup of tea and we're good to go. But anyway, so her YouTube channel is going to be in the show notes below. And if you subscribe and you like what you see there and you subscribe to her, tell her Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Now, we also have a Facebook group, so if you are interested in that kind of thing and joining us there, that's great. We also have Zoom links for our virtual sew date that we hold monthly on Zoom. Now, there's some confusion about Zoom links and the Facebook room link, but that's okay. You have to be part of the Facebook membership, the group membership, so you can use their virtual rooms, but anybody can join our Zoom meeting. So we hope you come join us on our next sew date. Now, we're going to show you how to do rectangle strings. So I'm just going to show you how to do the one. So it's right slants and left slants, and that's the key to making these just beautiful elongated diamonds when you're done. So come on in, we got to get to the sewing. Okay, so here we are at the sewing again. Now, when you're doing a right slant and a left slant, right, you want to make sure you've got one going one way and one going the other way, because that's going to create your elongated diamond effect. Now, some of you are asking, why are string blocks part of an orphan block challenge? Because I make string blocks and then they sit and do nothing in my sewing room, so I decided I'm going to make them into an orphan block challenge. So I'm going to include them because basically they're a block ready for quilting or ready to put into a quilt, but you haven't made the quilt top yet. Right? So this is where I'm going. Now you see on this foot, it's 1/4 inch either side, so it doesn't matter. I bought this foot from my sewing machine doctor. What a godsend. So anyways, the strings are also orphan blocks because they sit in your sewing room waiting for you to come up with some wonderful inspiration as to what you're going to do. So that's why I have included them, because by definition they really are orphan blocks, right? I mean, you haven't used them, so you got to figure out something. And we're just going to show you how to make this elongated diamond, and then I will show you the great quilt blocks you can make with it. Now I'm going to put, ooh, that's a little short, and that's short too. Oh no. So we have to go all the way to the end. We're going to make sure we're not short on this one, because when I folded it over it wasn't quite long enough. So I'm just going to put a little bit thicker seam on it. That works. That always works. You know, when in doubt, put a bigger seam. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Okay. I know. Everybody makes mistakes like this, right? I mean, now I can quickly trim this out too, But yeah, when you're using piece strips like this, like the black, make sure they go down first, because otherwise they'll cause bubbles. They'll cause a bubble in your work, and that will not make anybody happy, including a person that's long-arming this for you. So now I have, is this long enough? Because this would be cute. Ooh, yes, the little purple floral will be really, really cute right there. And so you try and get your longest pieces on first. Or, string piecing is about does it fit? More about does it fit rather than does it go. There we go. Well, I have my stitches down to 25 to 30 stitches per inch. So I'm working a really tight stitch when I'm doing this. this block. And I'm just going to put some really wild blue in, because I have it. There we go. Yeah, string block. See, sometimes I come in here and my string bin is overflowing, my crumb bins are overflowing, this is overflowing, and to sit and make just string blocks is stress reducing, right? Because my string, at one point here, all of my bins, where I keep my pantry items, like my 2-inch by 3.5-inch bricks, and the other bricks that I make, bricks, and you know, I do log cabin stuff and that too, right? All of that was so full, I couldn't cut anymore. Well, once you can't cut anymore, you know, unless you start sewing up what's in those bins, you know, now, what do? Right? You got no place, you got nowhere to put them. So, that creates a bit of a problem for me when you get scraps. So, and some of my bins were they were overwhelmed. They were just totally overwhelmed. I'm going to put this wild pink in there. Kind of a muted pink. Ooh, there we go. I should probably put some green in here next. Yeah, and I do more than one at a time, or more than one at a time usually when I'm doing string blocks, because I find string blocks are faster if you do them, you know, several at a time, because you're working all with one length then of fabric. Ooh, let's get some. Ooh, woohoo! I bet you I can finish it. I bet you I can finish it with this. Yes, I can. Okay, so I finished the corner. And now we're going to work on the other side. And sometimes too, as you're working, I have a pile of, you know, strings here beside me. Maybe you can or cannot see them. But I have just a pile of them. And I'll just take out a few at a time and work through as much of it as I can. And then you start, okay, well, this is getting big, that's getting big. Oh, wow, I should do something here. You know, that kind of thing. That's too small. And you don't sit there, you don't play too much around with them. Oh, look at this. This is pretty. I can do that. There we go. And it's the right size. It's kind of a weird, funky shape, but it's the right size. Okay. There we go. Now this row of strings here that I did, that came from my my crumb bin. I was harvesting hexies out of my crumb bins, and what happened was I ended up with a bunch of wild stuff. Is that small enough? Yes, it is. It's small enough, but it doesn't reach the corner. That's okay. There we go. Okay, and I just need a little piece. Just a little piece. And there's my little piece. There we're gonna go. Right there. Just like that. And now, okay, so I'm going to push all this stuff aside and bring out my cutting mat with a ruler and a rotary cutter this time, because I was really not happy doing that one, you know, with just like freehanding it the last time we were together here doing this Orphan block challenge. And I turn it up like this, and I line my ruler up because I'm using my page, because my pages are all cut at the same. And I have to get off the hinge, because otherwise I'm going to warble my cut. And there, just like that. Very nice. That all goes into the pet bed. Okay. There we go. There. And by the time you're done, you're not going to see where I was short on that first the yellow piece that I did, the first one. There we go. And lastly, okay, there we go. Now, what I do with this, okay, let me get this and this off. Oh, sorry. Did I just hit you in the face with it? So what I do now with these is I sew them together, right? Where the right slant and the left slant are together. And this is where people get confused. I do right slants and left slants at the same time. I'll lay my one this way and then the other one that way, so I have an even number. And there we go. And I'm just going to fold them together like that. And proceed. Now, where did the other one go? Oh, just like this. Now, you do a 1/4 inch seam, and this is what you have. And you sew all of them like this first, right? And then they all end up looking, and then you sew them together like a 4-patch like this, okay? Then you have a oversized rectangle, right? Like I have, this is 14 by 18, so it's an oversized rectangle. And we'll get to our ta-da moment here. I'll show you what quilts I was able to make out of these blocks. Okay, here's our string and rectangles. Now you can see on the baby quilt I finished that, you know, there's left slants and right slants, and they create an elongated diamond, right? Now, I made, out of that box, I made 2 twin-size quilts. And both of them, they're a good size. They're, you know, they're going to have some, they're going to be big enough for, you know, a twin bed, right? So they're kind of bright and, you know, eclectic. But you see the right slant and the left slant, right? That's how you create that elongated diamond. Now, when we get into the other string quilts, and I'll just show them to you because you probably know how to do them, they're just a square. Well, I mean, you don't have elongated diamonds coming then, right? So, there's one quilt, and here's the other quilt. And like, oh, ah! Oh no! Conquering Mount Scrapmore gets like sorted by pile of scrap quilt projects. So here we go. So that's the other one. See, these are big, bright, bold. They're fun. Now, the reason I sat around in my quilt, my sewing room for so long is I had to peel the backs. When I actually sat down and did it, it didn't take that long to do. Right? It's just the, you know, sitting down and actually peeling the paper off, and the paper comes off quite quickly. Like on all 3 of these quilts, you know, it took like, you know, one night, next night, another night, you know, a couple of hours in front of the TV and you're done, right? Because these are bigger pieces to peel off. So I hope you're enjoying this Orphan block challenge. Like I say, we're doing all the stuff that are alike first. And we're doing all the stuff that had to be peeled first. So now all of the peeled stuff is in our living room, and it looks like Peel Fest 2023, but it'll all be done, and all of these quilts will go to charities for people that need them. So I'm hoping you have a great week ahead and everything goes good for you. And until we meet again, stay well, take care, bye! My husband and I would love to thank you for coming along with us on our quilting journey and the YouTube adventure that we're on. We have some wonderful plans for 2023, and it includes a lot more, like with the Facebook group and the rooms feature and sewing and hanging out with people. Those monthly Zoom sew dates are still in the works. We have a lot of fun ideas coming up for 2023, and we hope you share, like, and subscribe with your friends. That little notification button and subscribing to us really helps us out. Commenting helps us out too. So if you like what you're seeing, let us know. Even send us a like a heart on the comment, that helps so much for us. Okay, you have an absolutely fabulous 2023, and all of our best wishes for you in the future. Okay, take care. Bye.